Hey, it's Amy Kay, and welcome back to Sim by Design with another Sims 4 speed build. This is a modern style family home that I was inspired by watching a ton of Sims 4 speed builds on modern styled homes on YouTube from other Simmers like The Sim Supply and Deligracy. I know The Sim Supply, he does a ton of builds like this, and they're always so cool, so I thought I'd try my hand at it. Um, I know the title is Modern Family Home, but it's not a home from the show Modern Family. I apologize for all you Modern Family fans who thought that's what this is. Um, I've never actually seen that show, and I apologize, but I just have not gotten around to it with all of the other millions of shows on Netflix at the moment. Um, this build is probably one of the longest builds I've done so far on this channel. Um, like time wise for me, but not lengthwise, obviously, because the one I posted last week was like about 5 or 10 minutes longer than this one. But I do have one coming up that's going to be so long. I just finished the build. Oh man, my window's open and there's a dog barking. I apologize if you can hear that. I forgot to close it. Um, but like I say every single time, every build I do is just like my new favorite build. And this one is no exception. And I realized while I'm editing this, those two rooms you see on the left, like the two extra bedrooms, I somehow did not get the screen recording of those. They just like deleted, or I deleted them on accident, or they just didn't get recorded, but I remember recording them. So I don't know what happened with that. Um, just adding in some of the windows and this garden area on the top. Well, I guess I make it into a garden area right now. It's just more like a patio. I had it as just like a blank space when I started the build and like on my floor plans and stuff. But then once I started building it, I realized that I probably shouldn't just leave it open and I should add like a garden or something up there or make it something kind of cool. So I ended up doing that. Here I realized that I had not counted the squares right when I was doing the initial kind of layout of the house, so I'm just moving them all back. Um, why is my notifications going off? I really hope that wasn't in the recording. I thought I turned my notifications off. Just a second. Okay. So, just moving all of the walls and stuff back to where they're supposed to be. I did that a couple times. I don't know why I didn't even notice it to begin with. But, you know, best laid plans don't always work out so well. Figuring out what doors I want to go where and the windows and all that stuff. I thought that would be kind of cool to have 3 windows stacked on top of each other, but with move objects on or like just anything, any windows stacked on top of each other on one wall, they kind of white each other out, which I thought was kind of weird. So I guess you can't really do that in The Sims 4. Does anybody else have that problem? Or maybe it's just me. I don't know. Since I have a Mac, I get weird like bugs that I don't see in normal builds from people who have The Sims on on Windows. Looks like another part where I just got distracted and left the recorder running. Or I was looking at the floor plans to see if I have everything right for once, or at all actually. Just adding in the roof so it's one cohesive piece so I can put the roof on and stuff, which I guess I didn't end up doing, making it all one cohesive piece maybe, but I do end up, oh, maybe that's what I'm doing right now. Although I don't know why I ended up deleting all of the roofs just to add the roof on. I could have just put it over top, but you'll live and learn, or maybe I just wasn't thinking at that point. Here's where I'm adding in the some more like of that siding around, or the edging around. I thought it would look cool to have it around the entire house, like the entire middle of the house, but I just ended up putting it on around the balcony and deck part of the middle of the house. I think I realized while I was editing this that I did not do anything to this back porch over the like little window area there, which I think I eventually changed that window area to a fireplace. But I don't think I put any tile around it or anything. Here's where I'm adding the edging around just to see if I think it looks interesting, but I probably do eventually take it off. Just changing the color of everything to give it a brown, because I think I do like wood siding on all of the columns, and then a kind of stone on the rest of the house to give it a little bit of that modern modular look, or modular look. Or I'll go with a gray, not a stone, which I think is still pretty cool. I changed the outside of this house like so many times. I couldn't decide if I liked having the wood siding on the, like, those two back chunks where like the bathroom is and the little other corner. But I think I ended up going with that again. Or I end up sticking with it. Just getting the bathroom tiles. I like to keep all the bathrooms the same. I know most of the time everyone's bathrooms are like differently styled in like real life homes. But I thought having all the bathrooms the same in The Sims would be a good idea, especially with all the other rooms being very like different and styled, like very stylized. I spent a lot of time decorating for the most part. Just doing the kitchen. The kitchen is probably my favorite part in this house, because I just had a very clear idea of how I wanted it. I wanted to put the little, or in that little nook, I wanted to put the fridge, so it's kind of set back a little bit. Like right here is what I'm adding that, and then I have the counters around it, which I thought was a pretty neat idea. Just to kind of have that little open space so you have your fridge kind of in the little nook over there. Yeah, kind of running out of things I think that I think about when I'm building. And then adding the cabinets in. I really like this, but for some reason it doesn't, the cabinets don't match, like these cabinet styles don't match the bases as well. Like the cabinet that's supposed to match it is like a lot darker than the rest of the counters. But I'm guessed those were the ones that are supposed to match because that's the color of the tall part of that kind of pantry looking counter over there. And then I saw the Sim Supply also do this as well, putting the lights under the cabinets. I do this in almost every speed build just to give the kitchen some kind of little extra light as well, because I only do like maybe one ceiling light in there. And then I added carpet to the dining area with a like white hardwood floor to kind of match the backsplash / feature wall in the dining room. Then I just do like a plain white carpet in all of the bedrooms and hallways, and tile in all of the bathrooms except for the master. As you can see, I did a little stone where the toilet and the shower go, and then a carpet underneath that, and just putting a little hard or dark hardwood floor to match the white hardwood floor that's in the kitchen, so it looks kind of like they're supposed to be there like that. Yeah. It's another one of those videos where I just can't focus on what I'm commenting on. I'm sorry. Yeah, just decorating the kitchen now. Trying to find a carpet to go in the middle there. I think I eventually go with I go with this carpet. I thought I went with a custom content carpet, but I went with that one just so you don't have like this big empty floor space. And I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I'm really tired. I haven't gotten much sleep from work. But just trying to figure out what table I wanted to put in there. I wanted to go with kind of this rustic table, but it ended up being like really, really huge. So I went with the smaller table, or the smaller version of that table that I had out before, which complements the darkness of the cabinets and the base of the counters, I guess. And then it has the blue from the wallpaper, which complements the red in the carpet, at least in my opinion. I really like blue and red together, which I know red and green are complementary colors, but just having blue and red together, it doesn't make it look as Christmassy. And I just did the bathroom really quick, and I know I go back to it because I had an idea for what I wanted the office to look like. I wanted it to look very kind of rustic and homey and cozy. So I did a lot of browns and blues in the office. And I made it very like classical or classic looking. I went with very office-y type things. Putting more of those like bar lights in above the bookcase to give the office a little bit more light than just those lamps, and then the ceiling lamp I put in. Ended up putting in the hardwood floors in the study, as well as having them out in the living room area, just so it didn't look weird with the carpet, like a rug on the carpet. Or does that make sense? Instead of having a rug on a carpet, having the carpet or the rug on hardwood floor. And then in those little nooks, I wanted to put some bookshelves, just to make it look like they were built in. But then it looked kind of weird having that space in the background, so I just kind of flushed them with the wall and put lights over top of them. And then adding a little bit of TV area. I really love that little trunk. It gives the house a very rustic feel. I wanted to have the TV space over here to begin with, but I found a fireplace and I thought that was more interesting to have in the corner over there. And I think coming up, it skips decorating the entire rest of the bottom floor. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a big truck coming down the street. It kind of skips the entire building of the living room and changing into a fireplace, this area into a fireplace area, and the entire top floor. But there will be screenshots, because then it goes straight to doing the landscaping. See, as you can see, I have the entire top floor built. I just, for some reason, could not find the files where the rest of my design was. So I guess I couldn't really go back and redesign it because I already taken screenshots and nothing would have looked the same. So I guess I'll just explain everything in the floor or the screenshots, because I got very detailed screenshots, thankfully. I thought putting in some bamboo in the backyard or the front yard would give it kind of the tropical type feel, which is, I kind of liked that. It gave it kind of a like Isla Paradiso, which is what I would feel like this house would, like a place that this house would be in, would be Isla Paradiso if it was in The Sims 3. But obviously it's not, it's in The Sims 4. I thought putting a pool in it would give it the same little beach, same kind of beach vibe. And I really like the idea of using that octagonal piece, and then instead of having just like a nice kind of plain pool, putting these little, I don't know what you would call them, like islands in the pool, I guess, to give it some kind of separation and make it look a little bit fancier. You could probably tell from when I was building this, I got this before the Get to Work update came out, so there wasn't basements, but I probably would have added maybe a little basement with a theater in it for the house. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I'm distracted by the truck outside. I would have given the house a kind of basement theater type thing instead of having, along with the living room type thing. Just decorating this little outdoor porch area before going into the screenshot, or the floor plans and then screenshots. Just putting a little bit of outdoor lighting along the pathway, and moving the mailbox, which I'm not a big fan of that mailbox. It looks kind of like a horseshoe for some reason. But here is the screenshot, or the floor plans. As you can see on the bottom, there isn't really a above the kitchen, there isn't really a porch type area on either floor plans, but I added it, like I said, and then I didn't do the back deck that's behind the bathroom. And then here you can see the top-down floor plan shots of the actual house, the living room, and where the fireplace is. And then once we get to the top floor, the different bedrooms, the master suite, and then ensuite. I did use some custom content, especially in the master bathroom and bedroom. So when you search for this, you will have to checkmark the custom content tag. It'll be, if you search Modern Family, or it'll be under my origin ID. It's Hey Amy K, I believe. But I will try to link it, or remember to link it in the description below. Just some outside shots, and then here's the interior. On the left you have the fireplace, and then on the right now is the TV area that I moved over from where the fireplace is now, that little nook that I had windows on. And then here's just a shot of the entire living room area, and there, for some reason, there's a hole that I added, that little stand, which I feel like now that I look at it, you can't really get your Sims into that toilet. So if you download this house, you may have to delete that before your Sims will use it. Here's a shot of the dining room. When I had taken this, there was a family already moved into the house for some reason, so they left chips all over the place. I don't know why. I guess that's because I had accidentally played it or done something when I had went to go take the screenshots, or before I had taken the screenshots. Up into the hallway, which you didn't really get to see me do much of. I think first comes, oh no, we're going out to the outside, which is just a bench and a table and some shrubbery. Then here is the first bedroom that's not the master. I went for kind of a girls, teenage girls room / artistry studio. Gave her like a big wardrobe and a lot of pink. And then I went for a kind of teenage boys, sporty guys room for the second bedroom, with kind of posters of sports people and rock bands and girly things. And then here is the second bathroom that is off the landing with a shower. Just a kind of like shower bathtub thing, which is usually common in most of the second bathrooms. And then I went for a green and beige kind of theme for the master bedroom. I didn't put very many pictures or anything up. I was going to put a picture up over the master bedroom, or the bedroom, or the bed in the master bedroom, which I forgot, I think. Then going into the ensuite. Oh, I guess it switches into the closet again, which I put in some custom content, wardrobe and mirrors. And then this custom content shower is probably my favorite thing ever. I will try to link them in the description. And I think that's about it. Thank you guys for watching and have a great day.